Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, what's my brethren in the great city of Liverpool, England? And speaking of Liverpool, England, we're going to talk about Callum Smith. All right, Callum Smith in the World Boxing Super Series. He's in the semifinals. He's taking on Jurgen Bremer, fresh off of his win in the last round against Rob Brandt. Thoroughly outboxed him. Uh, Callum Smith and his trainer, Rob Gallagher or Joe Gallagher, they're pretty much just furious. They're mad. They're befuddled that they, for the first time in their whole entire career, for Callum Smith, that is, for the first time in his whole career, he's got to travel outside of the friendly confines of Manchester and Liverpool, England. Like, dude's had 23 fights and he's been used to fighting at home the whole time, which is fine. But the dude, for the first time in his career, is complaining about traveling outside of his hometown. And I hate when fighters do this because, if you're the clear B side in the promotion, and regardless of whether you're A side or B side, if you're a guy that's one of the favorites in a tournament, and you're complaining about not fighting in your hometown because you're worried about what's going to happen, like I don't know, I think it's ridiculous, especially when you just look at Callum Smith and the fact that he's fought all 23 of his fights in England. He's never left England ever. So he's complaining about it. Him and Joe Gallagher are complaining about it. Here's what they had to say in regards to that verbatim. They said, I quote, "In the FA Cup, nobody gets home advantage in the semifinal, do they? Even before they play them at Wembley, they would have to play them at Villa Park or somewhere like that. I think that the tournament I just think this tournament is for the Muhammad Ali Trophy, and to have the name of such a well-respected boxing great should mean the tournament spirit should be about fairness. I have suggested Dublin as a great fight city. I've suggested Amsterdam. I've suggested Denmark, or we could even take it to America. Yes, Callum had home advantage in the quarterfinals, but this is now the last four, and it should be on neutral ground. Of course, we're not going to pull out. We will go to Germany if that is the final decision, but we are not happy about it, and we need to make that clear. It should be a neutral venue, and I hope they consider one. How can it be fair with so much on the line that Bremer is fighting just down the road from where he lives? This is the World Boxing Super Series, so why not take it around the world to somewhere different?" And quote. All right, so first of all, this is not the FA Cup, all right? This is not Manchester United versus Yeovil Town, all right? This is the World Boxing Super Series. Honestly, like, right now, with where most of these fighters are from, it's mainly in Europe anyway, so it's not like you're going to some other continent. You're still going to be in Europe. So I don't get what the big deal is about. And Callum Smith, like, I'm actually disappointed that him and his trainer are like coming out and they're just complaining like this, because before this tournament started at 168, Callum Smith was the guy I was picking to win. Like, I thought, and you know what, and this make me seriously question whether or not they think they can beat a guy like Jurgen Bremer, a good, experienced, former world champion, slick boxer. He just fought Rob Brandt, and Rob Brandt was a guy who was undefeated. Rob Brandt was a guy that was knocking dudes out left and right, and he made Rob Brandt look like a D-class fighter on the night. So, I think they know they're up against it, regardless of the fact that if it was in England or if it was in Germany. They know they're up against it, and Callum Smith is going to have the best performance of his career to beat Jurgen Bremer, especially in Germany. So, it is what it is, man. Like, you just got to play with the hand you were dealt with, and it is what it is, man. And you can't complain if you fought 23 times straight in Manchester and Liverpool. You can't complain. Like, you've been the beneficiary of advantages. So, if you do win, look at the bright side. If you do win, no matter who wins the other fight between Groves and Eubank, you're going to fight in England anyway, because the other two opponents in the bracket in the tournament still are from England. So regardless of if you win, you're fighting back in England regardless. So just look at it. You should look at it that way. Don't start comparing it to the FA Cup, because it's different than the FA Cup. It really is. Just hopefully, I hope they don't use this as an excuse. If he does wind up getting thoroughly outboxed by Jurgen Bremer, I hope they don't use this as an excuse as to why they lost. Because Callum Smith is a good fighter, and he's someone that should win this tournament. Like, I still think, like, Eubank Jr. is hands down the most explosive and best athlete in the tournament. George Groves is a good fighter. He's probably got the most big fight experience in the tournament, but I just don't. Stylistically, I don't think he'll beat. I think he'll lose to one of these guys, whether it be Smith, or you think he's going to lose to one of them. I don't see him reeling off 2 straight victories back to back like that against those guys. But Callum Smith can't like the final should be honestly. Callum he should make the final as long as they don't use this as a crutch or as an excuse. Man, I'm seriously like reconsidering my pick because it's a sign of weakness. Like bro, like you fought. I'm saying this so many times, but he's fought in his hometown so many times. So I just don't get it. And it's not like with Callum Smith that he's his big draw because he's not even a big draw like that yet. So it's not even it is what it is, man. And to be fair, Muhammad Ali, let's not act like his career was always fair. He had to go through some things as well in his career. It wasn't like he just had every fight on a silver platter and everything politically was, as far as boxing goes, everything politically was just in his favor. Like Muhammad Ali had to go through some stuff too. And it is what it is, man. Like I just hope we get a good fight. I hope Joe Gallagher, because and it's funny too, because Joe Gallagher is a great trainer. Like he's trained tons of great fighters. Joe Gallagher's taken Callum Smith thus far in his career. Callum Smith's been looking really sensational against domestic level. Some of the more top tier domestic level talents, but domestic level talents nonetheless. In England, Rocky Fielding, this Eric Skoglund guy, Luke Blackledge, these are guys that are decent names over there, but they're not world level contenders, and he's looked great against them. So the Dragon Baron fight for Callum Smith is ultimately going to be the first real, measuring stick for him at the world level. So it is what it is, man. But when you got two people who support Liverpool Football Club, what do you expect, man? You gotta expect those cop eyes to complain. So, yeah, man, Callum Smith. Joe Gallagher, not really too happy about going over to Germany. What do you guys think, man? Do you think like it should be on a neutral site? Do you think it really matters? Because thus far in the World Boxing Super Series, I really haven't seen any robberies or corruption. So we'll have to see what happens, man. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Ding. So until next time, take care, guys.